Yes, America.
Our guest, Aunt Millie.
What?
Who is 90 years old today, and she's going to give you advice from the past to the present.
And she could still get it up because her cherry is still growing.
Millie lived through the Depression, through the good times, the bad times, and all times. Mildred,
yes.
Where do you want to start? The old days, the new days? What days do you want to talk about?
From top to bottom. Anything you want to know, you
Well,
ask.
tell us what it was like in the Depression.
In the Depression, we had nothing to eat. My father used to go from store to store and pick up hard bread, hard cake and everything. But today, you got money, you got your health, you got everything, but you're not as happy as years ago.
Oh, Millie, were families different in those days than they are today?
They what?
Families different in those days?
Yes. All the families years ago were always together. Today, one wants to run north, one wants to run south, one wants to run east, and one wants to go west, and you don't even know where your family is, and you don't know half of who's your family. It ain't what it used to be, and it's going to get worse.
Oh, I understand you were telling me in the old days, a whole clan, like grandmothers, grandfathers, aunts, uncles, cousins, they would get together every Sunday or weekend, no matter where your family was, and be together. Tell us about that. What kind of fun was that?
Well, it was honest fun. They never talked about nobody. They was always happy. They always had something on the table for you. Today, if they could put a knife in you, they'll do it fast. Oh. It isn't what it used to be, and it's going to get worse.
So would you... Oh. And you said the favorite meal with your family was you'd make pasta and gravy every Sunday?
Yes.
Big pot of gravy to feed a lot of people?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, we were always together. We always had something to eat. We had no heat and we were happy. We had no television and we were happy. We had everything we wanted. And we had coal stoves. We used to put our feet in the oven. Today, the more they have, the more they want, and they're spoiled bitches.
You're saying you were so cold that you had to put your feet in the oven?
Yes, I did. I remember as plain as day. My feet used to be like ice, and my mother used to give me a brick and put it on a towel and wrap it around my feet. And so I mean this.
You people were really resourceful back then. You did a lot of things. And did you have running water and bathrooms? And
No.
Tell us about that.
No, we had no water running. We had nowhere to wash our clothes. We had no washing machines. We had nothing. We had a little tub in the backyard. We used to fill it with water. We used to get a washboard and wash 50 pounds of clothes in a gallon of water. And we were lucky to have that.
And how did you wash yourself?
A little bit at a time with a washcloth.
Oh, and when you went to the bathroom?
Yeah, we went to the bathroom. We were lucky if we didn't have toilet paper to clean our box. We had to use newspaper, and then we had letters all over our ass.
Was it the Star Ledger?
Millie, let me ask you, where was the toilet? Was it outside like you told me?
There was no toilet. We used to shit on the dirt.
Oh.
You mean we
used to shit in the box.
How did you sanitize that to make it sanitary?
Well, we used to, get a shovel, turn the shit upside down.
And put dirt on top of it?
Yes. It was clean. We used to put sand on it.
Uh-huh.
We used to we had to burn wood, and we used to throw it on it.
Well,
we managed, but we were happier than today.
Well, when you got up in the morning then, did you have a brewed pot of coffee like today?
Oh, yes.
They had coffee.
We had coffee, we had sugar, we had all this food, but we used to share. If it was 1 teaspoon of sugar, we shared. Today, they'll kill you for half a teaspoon.
Oh. Work on a farm?
Yes, I did. Yes,
what did you do?
I had to pull grass before I went to school. Sometimes I had no shoes on to go to school, and we had to walk 10 miles before we got up the hill.
In the snow?
Yes, in the snow.
But what did you do without shoes in the snow? Your feet freeze?
We managed. Today, they go buy shoes for $50, $75, and I'll buy shoes in the dollar store for 99 cents, and they'll last and even better.
And then when you got Whoa, what happened there? Were the teachers strict with you?
No, the teacher said, "Where's your shoes?" I said, "I forgot them under the desk."
And then what happened?
That's what happened. And then before you know it was time to come home. And I used to be the teacher's pet.
Oh,
And then I used to clean the boards for her, the blackboards for her. And then I had nothing to eat home, so we used to have crackers in school with milk. So I stole some of the crackers and I put them under my arms. By the time I got home, the crackers weren't there no more. They were in the woods coming home.
Oh.
And I had no crackers and I was crying. See? Nothing to eat.
your shoes, did the teacher think about you, pair of shoes?
The teacher told me, Millicent, the next time you come to school, don't come without shoes because you're going to get sick. I said, okay. So the next time I was looking for my shoes and they weren't there.
So what did you do?
I went home and I was crying. I told my mother. My father said, we got no money to buy your shoes. So I didn't go to school for about a year.
Aww. Let me ask you something.
That's the truth, though.
People of today don't realize how serious the Depression was.
Yes.
They really don't want to believe that you can't even have shoes.
And I'm telling you over and over and over, this is going to be worse than when I was a kid.
Why do you say? Because the
I
people are
am
spoiled
90.
now?
They're not spoiled. The more they get, the more they want. They kill their parents to get the house. They kill their friends to get. They go getting the old ladies when they come home from shopping. They rip their pocketbooks. That's no way to live. When we went to the store, when we wanted to come home, our doors were open. Everything was open. Today you got 7 doors in the house. You got to lock 9 of them because they'll only break in.
So you're saying there was less crime in the olden days?
Yes, definitely. Years ago, our parents had a lot of kids. Today, some people, they have their kids, but they don't work for it. They're on welfare.
Oh. And what? So what do they do from there?
From there, they have kids on top of kids on top of kids. Did you ever hear of people, my days, having a baby at 12 years old? I didn't even know what my thing looked like at 12 years old. I never had the chance to see if I had an asshole. And that's the truth.
So you're saying that they know too much about sex today, the kids?
They know too much about everything. They're trying to boss their parents.
So what do you...
And it doesn't work with Millicent.
What do you think about these parents that think that the children should know all about sex very young? In the schools and all, they're trying to teach them that.
Well, I'll tell you. In our days, we don't even... I didn't even know what sex was. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know what the word meant, sex. But today, they're doing it before they're born. What the hell's going on? They have their babies today. The babies are bigger than them. They're 12 and the baby's 13. What the hell's going on?
What do you think is causing this, Mildred?
Depression. No money.
Were people more romantic with one another and they didn't cheat as much like today?
Well, I know a man that was cheating before I married him. And he's still cheating in his grave.
Let's give a big hand to this lady for giving you...
Her name is Romaine Lettuce.
giving you this advice.